There's a truth very few people are willing to admit. The greatest pain in life doesn't come from losing something. It comes from holding onto it for far too long. Someone walks away. A relationship falls apart. A job is lost. A dream collapses. And suddenly, your entire inner world feels like it's falling apart too. Not because the event itself was too big, but because you placed all your emotions, hopes, and self-worth into things that were never truly yours to control. That's why so many people live in anxiety every single day. They fear losing the person they love. Fear betrayal. Fear failure. Fear being looked down on. Fear a future that doesn't go as planned. But the thing truly causing their suffering is not life itself. It's attachment. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said something brutally honest. You suffer because you are trying to hold on to what is not within your control. It sounds simple, but almost all of humanity lives against this principle. We try to control other people's feelings, control outcomes, control the future, control people who are already preparing to leave. And in the end, we exhaust ourselves. Some people lose sleep over a message that was never replied to. Some torture themselves for months because someone suddenly became distant. Some spend their entire lives trying to earn approval from others. They no longer live for themselves. They live as prisoners of emotion. And the scariest part is, most of them don't even realize it. They think they are loving deeply. But in reality, they are emotionally dependent. They think they are trying hard. But in reality, they are desperately clinging. They think they are being responsible. But in reality, they are living in fear of losing control. Epictetus divided life into two things: what is within our control, and what is not. It sounds incredibly simple, but if you truly understand it, it can change your entire life. What is within your control? Your thoughts, your attitude, your actions, the way you respond to life. And what is not within your control? What others think about you. Who loves you? Who leaves you? The past, the future, reputation, money, luck. Yet ironically, people spend almost their entire lives chasing the very things they can never truly keep. And they neglect the only thing they genuinely own: themselves. Have you noticed something? The deepest pain usually appears when we believe something should belong to us forever. A lover should always love us. A friend should always stay. Family should always remain peaceful. Success should always remain stable. But life does not operate on the word forever. Everything changes. People change. Feelings change. Circumstances change. What you hold tightly in your hands today may disappear tomorrow. That is not pessimism. That is reality. And the more you resist that reality, the more life will hurt. Some people lose a relationship and lose themselves along with it. They cannot eat, cannot sleep, lose all motivation to live. All because one person walked away. But think about it carefully. If one person leaving your life can completely destroy you, then from the very beginning, you handed your entire life over to them. That is not love. That is self-abandonment. Epictetus once said, we should see everything in life as something temporarily borrowed. It sounds cold at first, but in truth, it is deeply realistic. Parents, lovers, money, status, all of it is temporary. No one truly owns anything forever. The problem is, human beings behave as if they have the right to keep everything permanently. And when life takes back what it once gave, they collapse. The tighter you cling to something, the greater your fear of losing it becomes. People overly attached to love live in jealousy and insecurity. People obsessed with money never feel like they have enough. People attached to reputation constantly fear criticism. And eventually, they stop living freely. They live in fear. Some people spend their whole lives trying to please everyone around them. They are afraid to be themselves. Afraid to speak honestly. Afraid to say no. Afraid to be different. Because they are terrified of being disliked. But think about this. Are you truly living your own life? Or are you performing a role just to gain approval? Many people are not exhausted because life is hard. They are exhausted because they have been pretending for too long. Pretending to be strong. Pretending to be okay. Pretending to be happy. Pretending to be successful. All for a little validation from others. But then what? People praise you today. And tomorrow they may turn their backs on you. Other people's opinions change faster than the weather. If your self-worth depends on public approval, you will never know peace. Epictetus once said, "If someone insults you, the thing hurting you is not their words, but your judgment about those words." That is why two people can receive the exact same criticism. Yet one laughs, while the other falls apart. Events themselves do not determine your emotions. Your interpretation does. Someone betrays you. Does it hurt? Of course. But what truly destroys you afterward are the endless thoughts inside your mind. Why did they do this? Wasn't I enough? What does the other person have that I don't? You torture yourself, while the other person may already be sleeping peacefully. Life has never been fair. Good people still get betrayed. Sincere people still get hurt. Hard-working people still fail. If you insist that everything must happen according to my expectations, then you will remain angry at the world forever. But the truth is, the world has no obligation to obey your emotions. Human beings suffer deeply from one dangerous thing: expectation. They expect others to understand them. Expect life to be fair. Expect love to remain unchanged. Expect effort to always be rewarded. And then they become disappointed. Not because life is crueler than they imagined, but because they already wrote a script in their minds, and became furious when reality refused to follow it. Epictetus once said, "Don't demand that life happen as you wish. Learn to accept it as it truly is." That is not surrender. That is maturity. A mature person is not someone who never feels pain. It is someone who understands. Pain is part of life. No one escapes it. But we can choose how we respond. You can allow pain to turn you bitter, or allow it to make you wiser. You may lose money without losing your dignity. You may lose love without losing yourself. You may be looked down on without looking down on yourself. That is real strength. Not controlling the entire world, but controlling yourself in the middle of chaos. Many people believe peace means everything is perfect. No one hurts them. No betrayal exists. Money is abundant. Life is smooth. No. True peace is when, even if life does not go your way, you still do not lose yourself. You still stand firm. You still remain kind. You still sleep peacefully at night. That is freedom. A kind of freedom very few people ever reach. Because most are chained to external things. To other people's opinions. To the past. To fear of loss. To things they can never control. And perhaps, the strongest thing a person can do is not holding on to everything, but learning when to let go. Let go of unnecessary expectations. Let go of people who no longer want to stay. Let go of the need to be liked by everyone. Let go of the obsession with controlling everything. So that finally, you can breathe lighter, live more honestly, and feel more at peace. Life is constantly changing. Nothing is guaranteed forever. But if there is one thing that will always belong to you, it is the way you choose to face life. Do not let the outside world control all your emotions. Do not hand the key to your peace over to other people. And do not turn your life into an endless chase for things you can never truly keep. Remember this: everything will eventually come and go. But a strong mind can carry you through all of it. If you saw yourself in these words, leave a like to help this message reach someone else who may need it. And comment the number 8 below. If you choose to let go of what you cannot control, and start living with a lighter heart from today onward.